Did you get that message I sent you?
Why would you send that to me? Better yet, why are you reading that garbage? It's all lies.
Garbage? How do you know if it's garbage if you haven't even read it?
The Jehovah's Witnesses have been watching a disturbing video of an apostates in their convention, and like every disturbing video they watch, it just got leaked. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with this religion, so let's break it down. We'll start with this clip from a large dramatization. Based on the drama and on some of the info that we'll go through in a bit, this is the real solution to a larger drama. This year, Jehovah's Witnesses are presenting their Good News According to Jesus drama part 2, where Jesus gets baptized. And that's the very first clip we'll be reviewing, not just to debunk what the Jehovah's Witnesses think this baptism means, but to talk about the insistence of showing a sexy, half-naked Jesus every time this happens. But the best part is that this leaked clip is David Splane basically recapping the entire convention for us. So now you'll know pretty much everything you need to know about the convention.
Hello, everyone. I'm sure you've enjoyed spending 3 days together in pure worship of Jehovah. Now, let's review some key points from our convention, focusing on how we can imitate Jesus. As we watched episodes 2 and 3 of the Good News According to Jesus, did you notice how Jesus maintained his integrity under test? Did you notice his zeal for pure worship? Did you notice how he dealt with his disciples and with others? First, let's consider Jesus' example of integrity. In the symposium, Imitate Jesus' responses to the tempter, we saw how we can remain loyal to Jehovah. We reject fleshly desires.
If this app could lead me to damage my relationship with Jehovah, it's not for me.
We don't know what fleshly desires this guy avoided by deleting that app, but the app does seem to be a social media app. Are the Jehovah's Witnesses being told to avoid social media apps now?
We avoid drawing undue attention to ourselves.
Hi everyone that may be watching. I just really wanted to share with you all my truth about this whole experience.
Updating friends and family is one thing, but this feels wrong.
This is the wife of the man that we just saw, and I think she's wearing a headband because she's stricken with cancer. He'll get to avoid the apostates and then survive through paradise to be reunited with her again. That's my prediction. And it seems like she was looking at YouTube videos from a different Jehovah's Witness who had cancer and had made videos about it. That seems to be what drawing undue attention to ourselves is about. Not even cancer is an excuse for you to make YouTube videos about yourself. And if you think this is too harsh or unrealistic, then you don't know about Chris Stuckmann, ultra famous YouTuber who deleted his very first channel after his elders told him that he needed to do that because, he was a Jehovah's Witness. The only Jehovah's Witnesses who are allowed to be famous and on camera are the guy who is speaking and the rest of his bodies in the governing body, not you. Not even if it helps you while you have cancer.
We resist the lure of wealth and prominence.
Satan has always done this.
And we refuse to listen to those who have rejected the truth.
There's only one truth, and it comes from Jehovah.
You're gonna walk away like that? What are you so afraid of?
And now we get to the apostates. When you're in a cult, there's always forbidden information. The information that the cult doesn't want you to know because it can set you free. That's why a cult has not only to forbid that information, but to teach members to reject it themselves, often by making the members afraid of the information. After all, if you engage with the information and believe it, then you'll be kicked out of the cult, and that is the worst thing that can happen to someone if they are in a cult. This cult, the Jehovah's Witnesses, are seemingly losing so much ground to apostates that they made a whole dramatization just to tell members never to engage with anything critical of the religion. And we even have a sneak peek into it.
Why am I still getting these posts? Satan always tries to exploit our natural desires, like he did with Jesus.
If you are a son of God, tell these stones to become loaves of bread.
So in this convention, they aren't just showing Jehovah's Witnesses their new Jesus movie. They are also showing them a drama of the lessons that they are supposed to take out of the new Jesus movie. That is the current state of spiritual food in this cult. The leadership needs to spoon feed the audience, letting them know exactly what they need to think and feel after seeing the Jesus movie. So let's get into what the leadership is instructing their followers to think and feel.
Bethel's nice, but you have to think about your future.
If people could hear your truth, you would be an encouragement to so many people.
When I was your age, they told me all the time that the end could come tomorrow. But look at us. We're still here, and we've been able to make it.
What's wrong?
I'm worried about them. They're different.
Yeah. I kind of felt that too.
You know, whenever I ask him how things going in their congregation, he won't give me a straight answer.
Really?
And he's always shifting the conversation to something negative about the organization.
How? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. But I sure hope I'm wrong.
Hey, Justin, I want you to read this article I just sent you. It's gonna change the way you see the organization. Get back to me.
To a Jehovah's Witness, this is unacceptable, even worse than CSA. Nothing is worse to someone in a cult than the information that proves they are in a cult, which often ends up coming up from the cult itself.
Did you get that message I sent you?
Why would you send that to me? Better yet, why are you reading that garbage? It's all lies.
Garbage? How do you know if it's garbage if you haven't even read it?
Listen, you need to talk with your elders, because you need help. And if you don't speak to them, I will.
Wow, that's what you feel. I need help. I don't need any help, man. I'm finding the answers to my questions, bro, and I'm keeping an open mind.
Open mind? You're ignoring Jehovah's thinking. The truth saved our lives.
This is shown as what a good Jehovah's Witness does. A good Jehovah's Witness cannot even engage with what they consider to be apostate information, and they have to reject that as garbage, even if they have never heard it. They already decided it was garbage in advance. They do not need to examine it. That's because they cannot entertain any potential issue with their religion, because those potential issues are not garbage. They are the truth. Whatever the apostate Jehovah's Witness is pretending to have read is the truth. And a cult, just like any narcissist, cannot explain away the truth. If you tell a Mormon about how Joseph Smith married a child, the Mormon will not engage with the argument and will instead deflect with excuses. If you tell a Jehovah's Witness how this religion organizationally defends abusers and rapists, they will not engage with the argument and will instead deflect with excuses. If you ask Wally why he defended a rapist, all a narcissist can do against criticism, whether that is an individual or an organization, is to deflect it and demonize the source, like the Jehovah's Witnesses are literally about to do now.
Look, man, how long have we known each other? I would never steer you wrong. I'm not out to hurt you. I'm trying to help you. How long have you known me?
Tell these stones to become loaves of bread.
I'm trying to share with you the truth.
Throw yourself down.
Do you really think I would steer you wrong?
I will give you all this authority.
I definitely don't need any help from them.
Do an act of worship before me. Go away, Satan!
Stop.
There's only one truth, and it comes from Jehovah.
You're gonna walk away like that? What are you so afraid of? Man, stop being a coward. Don't be weak. They're just telling you what you need to do.
This is the worst, most obvious kind of manipulation. They literally put the voice of the devil in the apostate's lips, didn't they?
Do an act of worship before me.
And they are misusing a Jesus story to give this lesson. When the devil told Jesus to turn the stones into bread, he wasn't apostatizing to him, he was tempting him. This story is about temptation and not apostasy. Jesus rejected turning the stones into bread for a myriad of reasons, like rejecting the misuse of power, showing obedience by rejecting self-indulgence, or to show dependence on God, depending on who you ask. But according to Jehovah's Witnesses, Satan here wasn't tempting Jesus. He was apostatizing to him, or at least trying to. And you can imitate Jesus by telling anyone with any criticism against this religion to go away, Satan. Apparently, that's what this Jesus drama is all going to be about, and Gerrit Lösch is very excited to show you the half-naked Jesus they got.
Welcome to day 2 of our Pure Worship Convention. Yesterday, we enjoyed a thrilling start to episode 2 of the Good News according to Jesus. And what a start to Jesus' life as the Christ, the promised Messiah. Let's watch again what happened at his baptism.
After being baptized, Jesus immediately came up from the water. Heavens were opened up, and he saw God's Spirit descending like a dove and coming upon him. Look, also, a voice from the heavens said,
This is my Son, the beloved, whom I have approved.
There is loads to uncover in this clip alone, but since I'll do a full video examining it when it comes out, I'll leave most of my debunking for then, except for this. Why do Jehovah's Witnesses insist on showing sexy Jesus? I've gone through countless images of Jehovah's Witnesses' depiction of baptism, and in almost all of them, everyone who is getting baptized, modern or from antiquity, is covered up. Now, in times of Jesus, they would have worn minimal clothing because baptism is kind of like rebirth and because you wouldn't want to wet your clothes for the rest of the day. Except Jehovah's Witnesses have very strict guidelines on how much you need to cover up if you're getting baptized, which usually means wearing short sleeves and a bathing short, regardless of your gender. They usually even show John the Baptist baptizing Jesus fully clothed. Why is he fully clothed if he's also in the water? This is becoming one of those unique Jehovah's Witness quirks, like not saying bless you or being against Smurfs. Just one of those beliefs that aren't really based on anything other than that's the way that they've been doing it forever now. But that's all for now. I'll be following up with these videos as soon as they are released or leaked, whatever comes first. So consider subscribing if that's something you don't want to miss, and maybe even supporting me like these guys over here on Patreon or YouTube. I was recently in the hospital. I'm thinking on whether I should make a video about it, but I'm slowly recuperating and getting back into JW broadcasting and all that for this month. So don't forget to subscribe. And wait, I already said that.
After being baptized, Jesus immediately came